Al, let's get to you first. What'd you think of the Sunday night football schedule that does obviously begin with a kickoff in Kansas City and then a kickoff to a new stadium in Los Angeles?
Great way to begin. Obviously, that's become a tradition now, the Thursday night opener featuring the Super Bowl champs. Hopefully, there'll be some folks in the stands come that Thursday night in September. But you've got Houston coming in there, and that's the scene of the crime, of course, for the Texans, who had that big lead and couldn't hold on. And then I know Stan Kroenke, who I had a chance to talk with earlier today. That stadium is about 97% complete, so he's very excited. And, as you know, Rich, Jerry Jones was very instrumental in getting the NFL back into Los Angeles. He knew that Stan had the right idea, so I think it's very appropriate that the opening game in that stadium that you're looking at right now will be the Dallas Cowboys against the Rams on Sunday night.
And Joe, looking at the Thursday night schedule, also the Fox schedule, what leaps out at you, sir?
Well, obviously, we're going to ride Tom Brady early and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is going to be kind of a new phenomenon for us. We've got a ton of Dallas late, I think 6 of the last 7 weeks, the Dallas Cowboys. And the Thursday night schedule, I think, obviously I'm biased and everybody on this panel has done Thursday night football. I think it's easily the best, most dynamic Thursday night schedule any network has had when you think of Giants, Philly, Dallas, Baltimore, New England against the Rams, Green Bay, San Francisco, which was the champ game last year. A cool game on Christmas in the afternoon on a Friday with the Vikings and the Saints, Redskins in Dallas on Thursday, Thanksgiving. So, I know everybody at Fox is really excited. They didn't know what the schedule looked like when they woke up this morning, and they'll go to bed with smiles on their faces tonight.
And Jim, as Joe just mentioned, riding Tom Brady early and often, as he mentioned, with the Buccaneers and the Bears, and that is the way that Thursday night football does kick off on the triple cast of Fox, NFL, and Amazon. You got the trip for Mahomes to go visit Tom Brady on CBS's schedule. I wonder if that one was what leapt out at you when you put your hands on the schedule, Jim?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Joe, with all due respect, that's the Brady game you wanted and you didn't get. I'm sorry, my friend. It lands at CBS on Thanksgiving Sunday. We have Brady and Mahomes. I've seen that movie a few times, and it's outstanding. This latest sequel will probably be just as good as the others. And I'm hearing everybody extolling about how happy they are about their schedules. I would say that for us at CBS, this might be the best Sunday schedule we've ever had. I start with the doubleheaders, Rich. And when you look at Kansas City at the Chargers week 2, so the Chargers' first game in their new stadium, you got New England and Kansas City. You've got the Giants and the Cowboys in a cross flex. You got San Francisco at New England. We got Pittsburgh and Dallas. That Kansas City Tampa game. We got Mahomes against Breeze. So we got Mahomes, Brady, Mahomes, Breeze, and Philadelphia, Green Bay. It's another cross flex. Thank you very much. We're happy for that. And it just adds up, I think, to very compelling Sunday afternoon schedules. Al, I know you talk about the most watched primetime show, but Joe and I will fight you to the mat that the most watched window of the NFL, of course, is Sunday at 4:25, and we are loaded.
You're talking about that Brady. That's what we wanted to.
I thought a little trash talking would be good here on the schedule release.
Hey, whatever it takes, the most watched show on Tuesday morning, whatever it is, whatever it takes, we're number one. We're all number one.
So what else leaps out at you, Al? I love it. What else leaps out at you on the Sunday night schedule? Here, Ravens, Patriots. We all know that was a turning point in a way for the AFC season. Now it's Ravens at Patriots, just as a one right there. Saints and Bucks in a big Brady Breeze matchup that I'm sure the whole country's seeing.
And also a couple of games in Las Vegas. I mean, people are going to be excited to see what games in Las Vegas look. For me, Yeah, I love, Vegas is Vegas. It's going to be great to go in there because I was in Vegas in late February, Rich, before, the world came apart as we knew it. And they were telling me on a big weekend in Vegas, they have 350 to 400,000 people come into town. For the NFL draft, they were expecting 600,000 fans to come in that weekend. We know that it didn't take place. Maybe it will next year. Let's hope. And there's a look at Allegiant Stadium. So a couple of games in Vegas, it's going to be pretty crazy. I'm really looking forward to those. And I don't know what that team is going to look like either. The great thing about the NFL this year is with so many changes and coaching changes and Brady going to Tampa Bay and all of the movement, we already have a ton of storylines. And I know when I looked at the Sunday night schedule, it didn't take more than a couple of seconds to think of the storylines for each of those games.
And it's Thanksgiving at the Aikmans again, I guess, Joe. What a big game that might just turn out to be with the old school Cowboys Redskins.
Yeah, every other year we bother Troy. Our whole crew just descends upon his house. We're not invited, but we make sure that we show up and bring treats and make sure that that he and his wife cook for all of us. Yeah, I don't want to trash talk anybody on this screen. There's part of that rivalry, Tom Landry and all that goes in, our buddy Joe Theismann to that rivalry. But it is kind of crazy to think, I don't know when the last time Troy and I had a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, and now we as you said, we've got Tom Brady and the Bucs with his first primetime game on a Thursday night against the Bears, and just having Tom Brady and Gronk over in the NFC, which is our primary conference, is exciting. He knows Jim and Tony and really well, and we're just getting to know him. So we'll see what happens this year. I think it's going to be a hell of a year.
And Jim, I don't know. Do I give you the last word here? I mean, you had one of the first ones. I appreciate it about Brady, and I mean, I think we're having a Brady tug of war. It feels like right here.
Well, listen, it's always good to have Tom Brady, the GOAT, and I've had I think 100 games of his career, so I know what that looks like, and you guys will have a great time with him. Over on the AFC side of the ledger, though, something remarkable is happening. I'm waiting for someone to really kind of pick up on this. I talked about it during your draft-a-thon, Rich. The AFC is loaded with young quarterbacks. It's astonishing. And the NFC will catch up one of these days. And, they've got guys like Breeze and Brady and Russell Wilson and other guys that are stars. But the AFC has kind of laid its foundation for the next 10 years. If you take quarterbacks who are going into their fourth year or fewer, 12 of our 16 starting quarterbacks are just young kids. I mean, Mahomes and Lamar and Deshaun and Darnold and Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield and Joe Burrows and Tua coming on board and Herbert out in Los Angeles. So I mean, there's going to be some growing pains in some of these cases, but star power is a good thing for everybody, for the health of the league. And they've got some of the golden oldie stars over on the NFC. There's no question about it. People want to see them. But we're developing stars, including the MVP and Lamar Jackson and the Super Bowl MVP and Patrick Mahomes. And it adds up favorably for all of us, let's be honest. So we're just having some fun before. As the NFL prospers, no matter which network it's on, it's good for all of us. Let's just hope we have a full season to be able to present to everybody across America, because I can't wait for it to get here. Yes.
Jim, well said. Hey, Rich, Joe, appreciate the time. Yes, Al.
Rich, one final thought. The biggest story of the year will be if Tony Romo walks out of a restaurant without picking up a check some Saturday night. And we want to hear from you, Jim, immediately.
He's all world at picking up checks. Don't you worry. He's got a great track record. So
he better be.
You better keep it up.
Man, all the best to you guys.
Michaels,
it's been fun seeing you guys.
Same to you, man. Same to you. Right here on the Schedule Release Show on NFL Network.